Welcome back, everyone. February 26, 2021, 12:20 p.m. Check this out. In my opinion, well overdue. The National Hurricane Center is finally about to change the beginning of hurricane season in the Atlantic Ocean. For those of you who've been following my channel for the last couple of years, we talk about this every season, that we have these storms beginning in May and April, and June is just another month of hurricane season, in my opinion, with the new true beginning being in April and May. As you can see, the past 7 to 10 years of hurricane season all began their first storm in the month of May or April, some even sooner. Check this out. Unnamed storm December 2013. Also another storm January 12th, 2016. These are well off season. And the reason we know that, and the reason we've had June 1st as the beginning of hurricane season through November 30th, is because the peak of our storms kind of begin at that point. That climb to the top of the mountain that peaks around September, the second week of September. We all know that very well. For example, all you'd have to do is go to Wikipedia and type in list of Category 5 Atlantic hurricanes, and you will see right away that September and the last few weeks of August leading into those first 2 weeks of September are where most of our Category 5 storms in history lie. And then, just as this chart shows, we do tend to get another little peak between October and the first week of November. So when it does come down to breaking down the peak of hurricane season, that has not changed too much, but we are seeing every single year, at least for the last 8 years, a beginning storm in May and even earlier, sometimes in April. As we just saw in the last 4 years alone, the first storm of each season is right here. Arthur was May 16th of 2020. That was last season. And then the year before that was May 20th, 2019 with Andrea. And then we can go back to 2018, 17, and 16, all of which took place in May and April. Another thing I want to point out is this chart we've had here has been a set chart for a long time now. So the months of May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December have always been on this chart right here, because it's not exactly a new thing to have off-season storms. So they would cover those early months that would neighbor the beginning of the season and the end of the season. So we had 1 month before June, and then we had 1 month or two after November. This was basically an idea to extend out just those rare storms that do take place. But now that we're seeing this consistent thing going on in May and even April with a storm, it would only make sense to extend this chart here 1 month in each direction. So we would now have April covered here and then January covered here, which would only leave February and March. And when it comes down to that, why not just make the yearly chart rather than a season? I am aware that it is a lot easier said than done to just make a very big change like this. June 1st has been the beginning of hurricane season for as long as I can remember, so a change of this magnitude wouldn't be thrown out there from the National Hurricane Center unless they were heavily considering this as being a new reality. One legitimate concern and big question that's going to be asked after this decision has been made is, what does that mean for the strength of hurricanes? Obviously, if we are seeing storms beginning sooner, forming later than the beginning and end season dates, we must assume that the center part of the season, the peak season, may get a rise in energy. Again, these are all our Category 5 hurricanes ever in the Atlantic Ocean, and most of them have taken place in August and September, so that peak season will more than likely not change, but this is certainly going to put a lot more apprehensiveness into people when they see the National Hurricane Center extending hurricane season after last year's record-breaking amount of storms. And we certainly cannot forget the fact that Louisiana seemed to have a target on it last season as far as the 2020 hurricane season, being hit by, I believe, 5 different storms, which could have easily been a Mississippi-Alabama situation or a Texas situation. Texas has been taking the brunt of winter weather this year. Louisiana took hurricane season last year, so I believe with the addition of the extension of hurricane season is going to just get people in the Gulf a little more riled up and a little more concerned. And it's hard not to be, considering the crazy weather we have been having basically since last hurricane season. We were talking about Louisiana, and then we went right into a crazy winter, which we've been talking about nonstop, and now we are getting hurricane updates, basically foreshadowing a busy season. Not to mention, my friends, spring is coming, and it is projected to be a very, very stormy season in the southeast of the United States. So I guess I'll take this time to apologize to anyone who came here looking for some sort of really good news. I hope to have more in the coming days, but I felt it was important to let you guys know about this, especially being just a few short months away from the beginning. Whether it's May 15th or June 1st, that date is coming and it's not gonna stop. My friends, if you have not already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Every little bit helps. Also, please subscribe and click the bell on the backup channel Into Thin Air News, where I will be posting more global news material outside of weather. So definitely subscribe and click that bell to get the full notifications from both channels. Shout out to Canada, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.